I am going paperless for 1 week with the ReMarkable 2. So I just wrote my last journal entry for the week. I'm gonna clean out this pen. It ran out of ink at the exactly right time for this hiatus. It's day 3 of going paperless on the ReMarkable 2. I mean, this is a tablet that came out in 2020, and in its basic form, it is a notebook replacement. There are definitely a bunch of features and syncing and connectivity you can do between platforms. Is that correct? Between devices. However, this is not my device, it's actually Jeff's tablet, so I'm going to simply be using it as a replacement for my paper. Think of it quite literally as the digital traveler's notebook. My personal use of using this thing for 7 days, absolutely no paper, I've put my journals away. How does something that is quite literally a cold, solid piece of technology, how does that stack up against the classic piece of paper? Let's begin. It's day 4 of going paperless with the ReMarkable, and I have cleaned my desk. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it. It's an e-ink tablet with no internet, just a series of notebook templates. It is very thin. It does have a nice feel to it, nice weight. Your homepage looks like this. The notebooks you have created, you can create more notebooks up here. You have a quick sheets for just quick thoughts if you don't have time to search for a template. And you also have folders where you can organize your notebooks. I used this for 7 days as a notebook replacement. I would say I almost completely forgot about writing, handwriting. Okay, let's get into the ReMarkable. There are dozens of notebook interfaces. You can do everything from blank to storyboarding, your traditional lined in different margins and spaces. They even have musical sheet notebooks in case you are into that. There is some pen variety, though it is limited. I mean, they have the usuals: ballpoint, fine liner, marker, pencil, mechanical pencil, paintbrush, highlighter, and calligraphy pen. I stuck mostly with the ballpoint or the fine liner. I had tried the calligraphy pen, which is what I thought I was primarily going to be using because that's what I use to write, you know, in my notebooks. Though I found there to be a little bit of a left-hand issue with the calligraphy pen. Most nibs, you know, they're not the best for writing left-handed. What would you call it? So the nib, instead of, I'm left-handed, so instead of the nib flowing nicely across the page, I'm actually pushing the nib against the page because of just the angle that I write. I've worked a lot with different nibs, and over the years I've gotten accustomed to adjusting the way I hold the pen, the way I pull it across the paper, where I don't have an issue. With the ReMarkable calligraphy pen, you don't really have that option because the pen is just this graphite pen with a simple nib, and the calligraphy style pen doesn't know how I'm writing, and I found the ink to kind of pool in weird ways and didn't look very nice, especially when writing with the medium or the thicker strokes. Though I will say it's great for letter practice. I have a whole notebook here for just my calligraphy. You can just practice letters without worrying about using up a page or paper or using up ink. If you want, you can even erase this whole thing and start over. You do have to change out the nibs every so often. They will wear out. There is some paper sound when you're writing, which is kind of nice. There were 2 main thoughts that I noticed upon using the ReMarkable 2. Number 1, I did not care about my handwriting. Day 1, I stopped writing cursive. I don't know if it was a disconnect between the pen and the ink coming out, but it just wasn't enjoyable to write cursive. But in terms of writing like whole journal entries even, it just didn't flow for me. I don't know if I would recommend the ReMarkable as strictly a journal replacement. I think it's definitely more of a tool, more of a practice for things. I also realized that I was writing more. But once I took away those notebook distractions and just focused on the tool that is the ReMarkable, I found myself moving quickly to the next project. And because I took away that access from my pens, you know, the ReMarkable just wasn't nearly as satisfying as using those tools. I would jot down my ideas, jot down my thoughts for the day, and then move quickly on. I still wanted to write, and I wasn't lingering on and on and on for pages with my journals. It's almost as if I was using all of the journals and the handwriting and the ink as a giant distraction. I was kind of procrastinating in that way. And while that's fine to an extent to say, hey, you know, I wrote this entry, that's enough for today, it was going on for far too long. Here's the second thing that I noticed. I missed my mornings. This tablet is simple. It kept me focused. It was exactly the tool I needed it to be. However, I missed journaling in the morning with a cup of coffee by the window, just like me and my analog things. So while I was writing more, I kind of missed the personal feel of my books. The ReMarkable didn't feel like me. It definitely did not feel like I was putting my personality into it. Overall, not a bad issue to have. There's a balance to everything. Too much of one thing and you risk becoming mentally absorbed by it, unable to move forward. I think because of my dedication to my leather journals and my pens and my inks, I was actually neglecting the one thing that makes me a writer: storytelling. I was happy to work on things I hadn't looked at in months. And I was happy that I discovered I need to work on my balance of things between the joy of writing and actually writing. Sometimes I need to put aside the things that I love in order to grow and move forward. Is the ReMarkable the notebook killer? Well, it can if you want it to be. And I encourage you to check out the ReMarkable 2 or other e-ink tablets if you are interested in the sustainability of something that is this device. With this, you don't need to worry about the inserts and what to do with them. It's not going to replace the journaling for me just because it doesn't have that personal touch. I've been drawing and writing in this thing nonstop since I've been using it. It literally is a digital traveler's notebook. So what do you think? Would you ever replace your notebooks with something like the ReMarkable 2 or other ink tablets? Leave me a comment if you want. Otherwise, that is it for this one. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to writing in my journals, and I'm gonna get back to letter practice in this tablet. So that's it. That's all for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. I don't really like saying those things, but I don't know, does it work? Anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, and I'll be seeing you.